All right, guys, this is the October portion of the chapter that is discussing Alexia. Let's go ahead and begin. Alexia. Like Jessica didn't give me much time to think about that research thing. She asked me if I wanted to be her partner that very day, like I'd ever say no to her when it came to working on a project. Alexia, I've got a great idea for the research project. Want to do it with me? We were sitting at a table in the caf eating our lunches. Danielle and Anna were sitting with us, but they were busy talking about something else. Maybe that was why Jessica asked me, because I was just chilling. What's your idea? I asked her. I want to research making movies. Like, what was I supposed to say? I didn't know about anything about making movies, so I was quiet. I think Jessica thought my silence meant that, like, I wasn't excited about our idea. It'll be great. You can focus on costume and wardrobe design, Jessica said. You can even dress up as a fancy actress for our presentation. I raised my eyebrows. That was sounding better. Jessica could tell I was warming to the idea. She smiled. Basically, I wanted to stick with Jessica for a partner. I knew she'd do all sorts of research, and I could just sort of tag along. I wasn't exactly using her. It wasn't like I wanted her to do all the work, but she wouldn't care. And I had other things to worry about, like getting to the hangout after school. I thought about that all the time. Hey, little brat, good to see you, girl, Rena said when I walked into the back room of the abandoned house that afternoon. She always greeted me like that. We've got a surprise for you today, Lisa said. They must not have a lot of homework. Usually I like surprises, but I was nervous about this one. I should have seen them as a warning sign. Enough of this cutesy animal stuff and pretty pink hearts, little brat. We're going to make a woman out of you, Rena said. Suddenly I felt like their little project, but I went along with them again. Lisa and Rena had all sorts of hand-me-down clothes and accessories for me. I love clothes, so I stopped feeling nervous. I thought of it as my wardrobe research. They helped me pick out an outfit, and I hurried into one of the rooms and I tried it on. Now that's hot, Lisa said, pointing to me when I came back in. I was wearing black yoga pants and a camouflage top. I used a matching camel scrunchie to hold back my hair. That's fresh, Rena said. Camel's hot. You look older now, Lisa said. I smiled. I did feel older in the clothes and hanging out with Lisa and Rena. How couldn't I feel that way after going to school with Boy Scout Luke? He actually wore his Boy Scout shirt to school that day, the dork. If anyone needed wardrobe help, it was Luke. But I was the one who knew how to appreciate these clothes. I thought you meant she looked hot for real, Brandon said as he walked in and plunked down on the sofa. Well, what was he doing here? Why wasn't he at football practice? You know, after all that peddling, he said, Here, have a drink, Lex. He handed me his bottled water. That's when I noticed his other arm in a cast. What happened? I said. I broke it during our last game. I've got a metal plate and 8 screws in there now. He paused. That means no more football, he said with his voice lowered, and kiss wrestling season goodbye too. Brandon shook his head. It really sucks. But hey, guess I can party it up now, so take a drink, little Lexi. I was hot for real, plus I felt bad for Brandon. I didn't know what to say or do, so I took a big gulp from his bottle and spit the firewater all over the room. If I thought my chest burned after my first cigarette, let me tell you, I was wrong. My mouth and throat were torched from that swallow. Brandon was practically rolling around on the floor. He was laughing so hard. He reminded me of Peter after he hit me with that flying cardboard square the day we were counting blades of grass with Teach. Like Peter, Brandon thought he was so funny. That was mean, Brandon, Lisa said. But funny, he said. What is that? I yelled. Vodka, Brandon said. Teachers think they're so smart, but they're so easy to trick. All I do is put vodka in my water bottle, and I go all day without them knowing that I'm really drinking. Fools. Now, Teach, I thought, you couldn't fool him. Thinking of Teach suddenly made me feel uneasy. Well, I can't stay today, I lied. My mom is going to be home early, so I need to get going. What are you talking about? Brandon demanded. He punched the sofa, got up, and started pacing. You don't need to go anywhere. It's party time. He was mad all of a sudden, and I was scared. His temper reminded me of my dad's. Let her go, Lisa said. Brandon spun to face Lisa, and I quickly made my move to leave. Shut up, I heard him yelling. I ran outside, jumped on my bike, and pedaled as fast as I could to get away from the hangout. Behind me, I heard Brandon's car starting up. I got off the road and hid. When I looked back, I saw the dust flying from his famous fishtail exit as he sped away in the other direction.